Happy Monday, everyone. Corinne from Mama's Little Lambs. This morning, I'm going to be sharing with you some things that we explored when we were on vacation and some great museums we went to. And I'll be back to let you know what they are. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some museums we visited while we were on vacation. We left Colorado. We went through Wyoming. We went through Idaho and ended up in Montana. And we went to Yellowstone National Park, which is absolutely beautiful. I will be posting some videos of the things that we've seen and places we visited. I did share some of the beautiful waterfalls they had, and they were absolutely gorgeous. So one of our stops we went to was the National Bighorn Sheep Center, and oh my goodness, it was so much fun. And I loved that there was so many opportunities for gathering so much educational knowledge, and my children could just see beautiful things, learn great things, things that I was not really familiar with. I've heard of, but did not really know in great detail. So this is the first book that I picked up. It's a Yellowstone National Park. It's a coloring book. And Mason loves to color, and I love the stories it tells, and it just goes through the different parts, and it tells you the different things that you will see, and the bears and things you'll come across. So we bought this, and it was like kind of a silly book, but it just kind of tells you have to be careful when you're out in the Yellowstone, and just the things you can run across. So, and it's really weird because sometimes you're in Wyoming, other times you're in Idaho, and other times you're in Montana. So this particular museum was in Wyoming, and this is just an activity book from Wyoming that I picked up, and it just has different things you can go through, answer questions and maps, and just has word searches, and it has all kinds of great things. And it talks about bordering states: Utah, Colorado, Idaho, South Dakota, Montana, and Nebraska, and just gives you all the great Wyoming wildlife tracks. And you have a little code here, and you have to fill it in. So I just thought these books would be great for the kids to do. So that's the second one we got there. Other books I got there was Bighorn Don't Honk. And it's just a fun story about the bighorn sheep, because this museum was huge, and it had the most beautiful bighorn sheep. And we have a lot of those in Colorado also. So this is just a fun book I got for the kids, and it tells a story about the bighorn and where they sleep and what they eat and what kind of things they like, and when you see them, and they're fighting, and just their beautiful big horns, and they were just massive and amazing. So this was another fun book that I got for the kids. I also got We Are Wolves, and it's just a fun book about the different animals that also live there. Very pretty, very well illustrated, and I like the stories of them. So these are really nice. It talks about the deer and just goes through. It's absolutely gorgeous picture. So this is really nice. So I got this one, and then I got the one We Are Bears. And it takes you through pictures of the sleeping bear, mother and the cub, and just the silly things they do. And that is such a darling picture of the baby cub. So super sweet. So I loved these books too. These were gorgeous books. New books to add to our home school library. So I liked those. I also picked up some different postcards. The big buffalo, which we've seen lots of, and the moose here, and then the red rocks, which are absolutely beautiful. I captured some of those. I mean, they are so pretty, absolutely gorgeous. And then just different parts in Wyoming and just the beautiful ones that I got. I think I got some more. I just thought they would be nice for the kids to keep. And this is Buford, the little bighorn. And this is just a story about him and rolling down a hill in the winter and in the snow, and then going through, and just all the things that you do see. And here he is in his great big old long horns. Super, super cute. So this was another fun book. And oh my goodness, he has such big horns. But he grows into quite a bighorn sheep, and he's trying to figure out, how can I climb up here with these great big horns? So this was super sweet. Next ones I got, whoopsie, I don't want that one there, were, this is a guide to the Grand Teton National Park. We went through there, and this book was just beautiful. It has a lot of the bighorn sheep in there. So it's just a huge book of those, and they're absolutely gorgeous. We loved going through. I got several pictures going through there also. This was another book I picked up. See what else I got. Let's see. Oh, yeah, let's go rock collecting. And we are going to be studying rocks this year. We're doing geology, so we are excited. So I thought this would be a fun book for the kids, and the rocks that they collected and how they stored them, and the different types of rocks they collected, and the different surfaces and what all they seen. And so I thought this would be a fun book. Beautiful. There's quartz in there, and just beautiful pictures of the different rocks. So I thought that would be a perfect book for them. The next one is World War II POW camps in Wyoming, and they had a part there that you could go through and see all the wonderful things and what they did and how they helped to build the railroad ties and about the camp, and just learn great information. And because we are going to be doing American history, this is perfect, and it just shows you the camp, and I thought this would be great and for me and my daughter to read. She's in 9th grade, and that way she will know a little bit about where we walked, and the grounds we were is where they had their World War II camp. So that was pretty interesting to find that out. Oh, I guess I should have, oh my goodness. These were Celebration 27 years with us, and these are cookies I forgot to give the kids, but that's okay. Got some really, here's another couple cute postcards. I thought this one was super cute. And this one, the original Wyoming Wild Bunch, the bighorn. And then 52 Amazing Places, Playing Cards National Park. And it just goes through different places, and it tells you a little bit of information about the park. So thought those would be fun. So that, oh, and these, the little bear crawling up. I got these for my son, so I thought those were so super cute. So that is the stuff that we got from there. The next place that we went was Hebgen Lake earthquake. And I didn't even remember till we were there about this earthquake that took place. And just this video, it's just, the story is just amazing. And the museum was awesome. And there's a YouTube video on here if you go there and watch it, but it was on August 17th, 1959. One of the nature's most powerful forces was unleashed. It was at night. It was, on the scale, it was 7.5, the 4th largest in the United States. So it was just the terror. It was called the Night of Terror. It was just, oh my goodness. There's just so much great information. And we learned so much, and it was such an amazing, beautiful museum, and the pictures they had, and just the stories, and reading those that survived, and just what it would be like, how to be so dark and to be out there and all this going on. But this is the 1959 Yellowstone earthquake. This is a book called Bring Home Bring Jade Home. It's a true story of a dog lost in Yellowstone. Really good story about this gentleman's dog. So my daughter wanted to get that one. She also wanted to get Yellowstone Ghost Stories. She wanted to have these fun tales from the world's first national park. And then Mason, Who Pooped? Field Guide, Journal, and Activity Book. And, you know, you don't think about it. And at first I thought, those are kind of weird. But really, it's kind of neat when you see different tracks. And, you know, you don't know whose tracks are these. And then you go and you see the different types of scat on the ground. And you just wonder, who is this? And it just gives you some activities to do in here. You can color the pictures. You can answer questions, animals that you've seen. It goes through a bunch of different ones. So I thought this was a fun book. And then Yellowstone for Kids, The Guide to Yellowstone National Park. This was a really neat book and really colorful, just beautiful. Shows a family hiking. It's got some gorgeous photos in here. Just things to explore. I just loved all the great pictures. So I thought this would be really good for the kids to be able to see the beautiful pictures and just everything about the park and what all it took in the Army and the Rangers and, you know, a chance of a lifetime, things that they've seen and things they discovered. And these falls are just absolutely, I got a picture of this fall. It's absolutely gorgeous. So this book I just thought would be awesome. And it's got all the geysers and Old Faithful, which we went and seen, and then Yellowstone by the numbers. And it just has so much great information. So I thought that would be a good book for the kids to see. I also got Volcano Dreams, and it's just a story about Yellowstone. It goes through beautiful illustrations in here, and it shows all the different, oops, got a little reflection of the glare from the light, but it just talks about the earthquake and things that could happen and things, what is happening underground. It shows you pictures of animals. So that was a great book. I also got Volcanoes, I'm sorry, because my son was just fascinated and he wanted to know, and he would see the geysers in the ground steaming and what is that cause from, and we got some great pictures of that, so he wanted to purchase this book. So that was another great book. We also got this, it's really cool. It's the Yellowstone National Park. It's a 3D puzzle. And I thought, how cool. And I just really, really like this of the bison. So we will all do this together and create this. And I was thinking about painting it or staining it. So I'm not really certain. But this was really, really neat. Glad that we got that. I also picked up this book. It's Brave Little Camper. And we were in an RV. We bought a new RV is how we spent our time. But this is really cool. And it just plays the music. So all the different places and the animals and the noises you hear out in the night when you are in a campground. So this is a great book for my little one. And also, we got this game. It's National Parks. It's Trivial Pursuit. And so I'm excited to play this with the kids. We are doing a unit study on national parks. So we are excited that we were at 2 of the national parks and got to visit. So this will be fun to play this game. Also got this game, Guess That Park, National Park Trivial Card Game. Got this book for Mason, Hello Yellowstone. I thought they were such sweet ones, and he loved this, and he loved the covered wagons, and I'll tell you a little story about that. We took some pictures of a covered wagon and teepees and just the different fun things, and Mason said, that's what we're going to study. We're going to study about pioneer days. He said, I want to be a pioneer, and I said, oh, we will be. So I got them some costumes to dress up in, and I will do a video of that when we do that. So the next one was the little bear, and he just goes through and it shows all the different animals and how he sits there and he looks out and he's lonely, and it just goes through and tells the story about his life and the things that he travels and the animals that he comes across, and he doesn't know what to think of the moose for sure. So this was a super, super cute book. Wrinkle Rump. So, really cute book. Forgot the name of it. So, there's that one. And then the last one that I got there was The Great Yellowstone, the Grand Teton in the Glaciers, an activity book. And it just kind of covers all the different things that we've seen, has the answers in the back, gives you mazes, gives you all different things, match it, mammoth of a good time, just goes through, shows you so many great things. So another fun activity book for us to do, and we'll just remember back on the beautiful time that we had. So that is another one I got there. I also picked out these little animals, and it's just the wilderness nature tube and the animals that you do see while you're there in Yellowstone. So for Mason to have these, I went ahead and picked up these here. And there's 12 different animals in there. And then, of course, I won a shirt because I spent so much money. And if you win so much or you spend so much money, you earn a shirt or a bag or whatever you want. So it was really nice to be able to get that. And we got sweatshirts and t-shirts. It's always fun to get those kind of things. So the next thing that we did get, the last thing there, was Mason was just thought this was so cool. Ultimate Volcano Science Kit. He is very excited about making a volcano and just learning more about them. So we are going to create one, and we are going to build one ourselves. So that was the very last thing from that museum. The next museum we went to was up by Old Faithful, and they had so many amazing things there. We were just overwhelmed with what all they had and all the great things. And of course, I love books, so I'm going to gather them all together before I show them to you. So I have them in one pile. Sorry about the noisy bag. I'm just trying to get out all the books first. So there's so many books to get out, so many things to see. But this is the first book, and it's Scout More. It's a junior ranger, and we did get junior ranger books, activity books for Mason, which he is just ecstatic about. So this one was about being a junior ranger, and he's got the whole outfit, so he thought that was cool. And just going through and just the beautiful pictures in here, things they'll see as they travel through Yellowstone, and being a ranger and what his job is and what all it entails. So he's just really excited. So of course he had to get all geared up with his binoculars and hat and vest and badge, and he was off and ready to explore the Yellowstone Park. The next one we got was Goodnight Yellowstone, and I have a lot of these Goodnight books from all over, and they got just some cool illustrations. I got Goodnight Zoo, Goodnight Colorado, so this was fine. It was just fun. The Junior Ranger, and the Ranger showing, and just the beautiful sights we've seen, the waterfall, Old Faithful, beautiful, the bear. So just a great fun book for him. The next one is Yellowstone Trivial, and this is for my daughter, who's a 9th grader, and we'll just go through and find out how much we actually know or what we remember from our trip. The next one is Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Park, and it just has some beautiful pictures, talks about different animals you'll come across, different sights you'll see, different birds, and we're doing a unit study on North American birds, so that'll be fun to get to that one. Talks about the insects, talks about plants, and it just goes through mushrooms and waterfalls and just all the great things that you see as you go through there, and rocks that they came across. So this will be good with geology. The next one is what I saw in Yellowstone, and actually we got 2 of these because we went through and actually marked all the things we've seen. We were able to see, here's Old Faithful, and we've seen most everything in this book, so that was a great fun book to get. Then we have Yellowstone. This is a photograph journey, so it's just a photographer's journey of the park, and it is absolutely just stunning and beautiful. The things that you see and all the pictures you see are things we actually seen in the sunsets, and just a gorgeous, gorgeous book. Love this book. And, you know, just to look back on over time, you know, and look back and reflect and remember the things we seen there and just how gorgeous it was. So, absolutely loved this book. So I thought this was just a gorgeous, gorgeous book to get. And another one that I got for my little one is Nature is Calling. And this is just a fun book with pictures, and it talks about the different things they see, and it talks about a little beaver and a moose, and the things they came across, and a family of wolves they came across, and the bighorn sheep, and just the weasels, all kinds of things, and the fox, and the big elk. We saw some beautiful big elks, and eagle, and just the deer, and the buffalo, just how much fun it was. So that's another great picture book that we got. Also, we got a coloring book. This is volume 1, Wildlife in the Rockies. We also got Going to Yellowstone, and it's just a really cool book, and the things that we seen, and we just kind of followed this path, and we absolutely went right through here, and it was gorgeous. And it's really odd because this almost looks like a rainbow here, and the day we had gone through, it had rained, and then the sun came out, and there was a beautiful rainbow over a waterfall. I do believe I have that in a picture that I took. And then just Yellowstone coloring book. B is for the Big Sky Country, Montana alphabet, and just goes through, gives you all different ones. I have a lot of these from different states, and they're really, really neat. So, love this book also. The next one is Buddy Bison Yellowstone Adventures, and it just takes you through, shows you the big buffalo, where they are, where you see them, all other things from Yellowstone too. So just really a great fun book for Mason again. And then this book is Montana for Kids, the Story of Our State, and it goes through and talks about Montana, the railroad, the Copper Kings, America steamboats, the flight that it had, Battle of Little Bighorn, Indian Wars, and Mason was totally excited about Indians and Lewis and Clark and the bison and horses and the first people. So he was really excited about all of this. And this is the other one I told you we had two. And that one is the one that we wrote in. Some other fun things that I gathered was this log cabin playset, which I thought will be perfect for our Pioneer Days. So I was excited about that. This one is Yellowstone National Park board game, and it says a family board game for all ages 8 and up, but Mason will help him do it, so we'll have fun doing this one. And I liked it. It came in this long tube, so fun for that. We also have teepee, Yellowstone National Park, and we're just going to set up this teepee. We got some people in here. There you go. You can turn them around. There's a little bear, and then there's an owl, so just really cute. So we're excited about doing that one. These are the little blocks. So this is a bison. We're going to build that. And we also got the Yellowstone. Will show like one of the geysers next to it. Then we got this one here, and this is a grizzly bear. So we got that one also. We also got this, which I thought, how exciting is this? This is a wood-covered wagon model kit, so we can actually do the covered wagon. So that will be fun. So excited about doing that one. And then last but not least, it's called Hit the Trail, and this is a game that you play, and it's called Hit the Trail. And it's how the game is played. It shows you there's cards and there's dice, and you're going to find out how many miles can you first go, and the first hiker that travels 100 miles. So everything that we got, it was just so much fun. We're just so happy that we went. It was such a true blessing to go, and we are just so thankful. And I hope you've enjoyed this, and just a few of the books that I shared with you, and just some of the history. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below. And if you get an opportunity, if you have not gone, visit Yellowstone. You will not be disappointed. And then the Teton National Park is right there next to it. So if you've liked this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe if you'd like. And then hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I make my next video. And thank you for sharing part of your Monday. And may God truly and richly bless you in this day. Bye-bye now.